Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we get ready for another weekend of motorsports, we got the NTT IndyCar at Barber Motorsports Park there in Alabama. We got the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series and the NASCAR Cup Series in Martinsville. So, doubleheader today with the modified due to the rain out of qualifying and the modified race last night. And then the Cup race tomorrow, NTT IndyCar tomorrow as well. So lots of racing this weekend on that paperclip in Martinsville, home of the Martinsville hot dog. All right, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race 7 on the 2026 calendar. I am 5-1 on the picks, which is easy when Junior Motorsports has won 4 straight and you pick a Junior Motorsports driver. All right, the NFPA 250 today, 131.5 miles, 250 laps, 3 stages, 60, 60, and 130, 4 sets of tires. Fuel should be no issue, 168 to 178 on fuel window. Tires will be most important. Obviously, the end of stage 1, end of stage 2, split stage 3.5. 55, 60 lap runs should be able to get us through the day. Obviously, so tight quarters here at Martinsville. Concrete in the corners, asphalt straightaways, long straightaways. So yeah, a lot's going to happen here. We've seen a lot happen in the past here. The 46th race for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series at Martinsville. 7 of the last 9 winners qualified in the top 9. Now, with qualifying based on the metric, that kind of, it puts some of the faster cars up front, but not necessarily the faster cars at Martinsville up front. Because if you look at that practice we had, which I know practice doesn't always say a lot, because the top 3 was Lee Pullum in making O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut in the Junior Motorsports number 9, Josh Williams and Ryan Ellis. So yeah, I mean, on the speed charts, you had 40 drivers take time. Justin Allgaier, where was he at on that? He was like 24th. Was he truly 24th? Because he only ran 6 laps. But like Leah Pullum ran 61 laps. So it's like, dang. But so starting lineup. So if that stat continues, 7 of the last 9 winners qualified in the top 9. The top 9 is Justin Allgaier, Rajah Crew, Brandon Jones, Brent Cruz, Carson Quapple, Shelby Creed, Corey Day, Jesse Levinstein, Lee Smith. Now, if you look at who runs well here, and where is my boy here? Okay, 13th. Okay, so yeah, I have one of my picks is outside that top 9. So and then I did the picks based on how they ran here. 43 of the last 45 winners at Martinsville. So listen to that stat again. 43 of 45. So all but 2. Started in the top 15. Nobody has won this race in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series starting at past 15th. So with that stat, all but 2, 43 or 45. So William Swalowich, Nick Sanchez, get some big names back there. Jeff Burton, Harrison Burton, Austin Hill's back there. Yeah, are they going to be able to get a grandfather clock? I mean, yeah, we've seen Austin Hill win this. We've seen, again, 2 drivers outside the top 15 have won this race in the past. Last fall, the first race was the first race since... Last fall's race was the first race since 2006 that had less than 10 cautions. There was only 9. The last driver to win from the pole at Martinsville, Justin Allgaier's on the pole, and Justin Allgaier is one of my picks as well. The last time a pole sitter won the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Martinsville was 1987 with Jimmy Hensley, 29 races ago. So weird little nuggets there, the top 9, 2 drivers outside the top 15 ever have won this race. No pole winner since 1987. Can Justin Allgaier and Taylor Gray, one of those 2 guys, break one of those? Alright, in the last 8 races, this is the last 4 years, Sammy Smith, best average finish was 6.28. Dean Thompson, 1 race finished 2 races as an average finish at 7.0. Sheldon Creed, 9.87. Justin Allgaier, 10.0 with a win. Rajah Caruth, 1 race finished 12th. Austin Hill, 13.87 with a win. Now, that win of his, he should have been about 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Or I think 4th or 5th, because if you remember, That's when the Taylor Gray, and I can't remember who got into Taylor Gray. They literally wiped out the first couple guys and Austin Hill just drove under him and won the race. So Austin Hill's win here, yeah, it's impressive, but it wasn't a true. It's like he was just the best of the rest because the leaders took each other out. Sheldon Creed average finish. I'm sorry, in those 8 races, best average running position 6.87 by Sammy Smith. Jess Nagar 8.40. Taylor Gray 8.90. Again, he ran up front all day, but got taken out late and got a bad finish from that. Sheldon Creed 8.95. Brandon Jones 9.27, and Carson Kvapil 11.09. In the last 4 races, and now one reason I'm breaking this down 8, 4, and 2. 4 races the last 2 years, you've had drivers leave the series. You've had drivers get better at this track. You've had drivers just get better in general because they've grown up. So if you just if you do the whole picture, you don't get the full picture, I don't think, because those 8 races, some of the early stuff could have been just kind of bad finishes because they're rookies. But if you do 4, yeah, the last couple of years they've gotten improved, and then maybe last year a little smaller sample size with 2 races, but it also shows how some of these teams and drivers have grown. Sheldon Creed, he's actually grown the most of all of them. He went from a 9.87 average finish in all 8 races to just the last 4.5 average finish, and then even last year average finish at 3.0. Now, if you've watched my show at all, you know I'm not a Sheldon Creed fan, and that's cool. I don't have to be a fan of everyone. I can point out when they do well, regardless if I'm a fan or not. Stats are stats. NASCAR is 90% opinion, 10% fact. The fact of the matter is, average finish 4.5 in the last 4 races. The opinion part is, I don't care for him. Sammy Smith 5.25, Dean Thompson 7.0. This is the last 4 races. Just Nagar 9.75. Yeah, he had a 26th place finish in there, so that really hurt his average finish. I think it's what he had. Just Nagar. Yeah, he was 29th back in March of 2022, and then 26th last fall. In between that, the 6 races in between that, he had an average finish of 4.16. So that's where the average finish sometimes can be a little misleading. Just like the average running position can be a little misleading because they may have finished better than they ran all day or vice versa. Sam Mayer 11.0, Ryan Sieg 13.75. In those 4 races, average running position, Justin Nagar 6.52, Sheldon Creed 7.59, Sammy Smith 8.72, Taylor Gray 8.90, Sam Mayer 10.69, Brandon Jones 10.87. Now then, just look at just last year. It's 2 races last year, spring and fall. Sheldon Creed average finish 3.0. Sammy Smith 6.0, Sam Mayer 6.0, Austin Hill 6.25. He's another great example. He had a couple of good finishes in 2022. He had that win in March of 25, but he averaged in that win, he only averaged, let me find it here, 7.03. So again, he was about a 5th place car-ish, ran around 7th all day, and ended up winning the race because the leaders kind of took each other out. Dean Thompson, like last year, he was 1st and 12th. So yeah, those average out to a decent finish, but again, he's about and he ran 9.82 average running position last year. So he's about 6th and 10th place car at this track. Dean Thompson 7.0, Jeff Burton 8.5. Average running position last year, Taylor Gray 5.62, Justin Nagar 5.625, Brandon Jones 6.77, Sammy Smith 8.72, Sheldon Creed 9.28, and Carson Kvapil 11.53. All right, after 6 races, we have Justin Nagar with 2 wins, leading the points, 52-point lead. Now we know we have the chase this year, so the top 12 in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series make the chase. And then we do the little mini reset, which we know what the points are going to be then, and then we run 10 races. Now, after 6 races, so if you think about this, I think there was a 15-point buffer for, I can't remember the top of my head, when we do the reset after, I don't even remember what, because they changed the schedule just a little bit because it's 9 playoff races versus 7. So we do the reset after Daytona, just like a Cup Series at the same time. And then let me see if I can find that. Oh, we start there for the playoffs. Is it not on here? it's not. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. Let me see if I can. Because it would show what the points are supposed to be when after the reset. That's what I was looking for. Because I'm curious if he ends up winning the regular season title, Justin Allgaier, where he's going to start. Here it is. All right, so he will have a 25-point lead. So you got to think they started flat zero here. The point is 25-point lead from the 52 points he has now. That's 77 points. So after 6 races, if these were playoff 6 races, he would have a race lead in points. So right now in both Cup and O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, there is a good chance that when we get to Homestead, we are not crowning champions. That we are crowning champions at Martinsville. That's my point to all that. Carson Kvapil minus 84. Again, he's more than a race out. Max points in the race is 76, and you get 1 point for starting. So as long as you start the race, the differential is 75. So you need at least a 76-point lead to clinch early or to be eliminated early. Sheldon Creed with that win, he's sitting 4th, minus 88. Austin Hill, 5th, minus 96 with the win. Now remember, those wins count for points, but they don't count the winning urine is gone. Now, I've always been a fan of the winning end because I like the drama it causes. But after this year, after 7 races into the season, listen to a lot of these teams and drivers talk. It's like, maybe that wasn't the best way, to do it. So it's like that's fine. I liked it, but I understand the difference now. Kind of like, okay, that's cool. Fighting for the drama and then hearing a lot of the drivers talk about how they kind of went into test mode after they won. They weren't trying as hard. I'm like, well, yeah, that's not good for sports. Okay, maybe I like this better. Now, I know we get natural eliminations in the playoffs, but I kind of like the elimination races. But again, I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and some of the announcers talk that we were more talking about that elimination spot versus who won the race. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense, too, because they were, and I get that, and we emphasize that cutoff more than we are the winner. And like one of the drivers had said, or somebody had said about building stars in our sport based on winning, but yet we have a driver in Cup Series who's won 4 or 6, and everyone's hating on him. So it's like, what do you want? I don't understand. But, so anyway, Sammy Smith, minus 114. Corey Day, minus 118. Brandon Jones, minus 136. Parker Retzlaff, minus 137. Great for Viking Motorsports this year so far. Rajah Caruth, minus 155. Sam Mayer, minus 157. Taylor Gray, minus 174. And then outside the chase looking in, William Sawalich, minus 16. William Sawalich, minus 13. Brendan Poole, minus 16. Actually got a discussion on X yesterday with someone talking about Brendan Poole compared to Parker Retzlaff. I don't understand where that all came from, but whatever. Brendan Poole 14th, minus 16 points. Jeb Burton, minus 17th. Anthony Alfredo, he's the second car for Viking Motorsports this year. He is minus 19, so they could get both their cars in the chase. That'd be kind of cool. Ryan Sieg, minus 27. Patrick Starpoli, minus 37. Now, you remember they had a 4-race suspension for crew members for that ballast coming out a few weeks ago. He has dropped a couple places in points since then, so yeah, that could definitely hurt them trying to make that chase push. Blake Perkins, minus 44. Jeremy Clements, minus 49. And Josh Bilicki, minus 51. All right, so after looking at 8 races, 4 races, 2 races, putting all those numbers together, looking at them, thinking about it, remembering some of these races, I came down with my 4 picks to win the NFPA NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts 250 at Martinsville Speedway. Reluctantly, but I understand how good he is. Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, Sammy Smith, Taylor Gray. Who is going to lead Martinsville with a grandfather clock? Will it be one of those 4? Will it be somebody else? Will we have those fireworks on the final lap, final turn, where maybe a Sheldon Creed takes out an Austin Hill, which causes somebody else to win and other people get piled up? Maybe we pile the whole top 5 up and somebody comes up. Maybe we have the Richmond race of 1986 when the leaders took each other out and 3rd and 4th got involved, and 5th place first career win when Kyle Petty won, what I'm referring to. So maybe we have something like that. Maybe if Carson Quappo pulls up there, Roger Caruth gets up there and gets a win. What about Lee Pullman? What if he upsets the entire field, goes out there, NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series debut for Junior Motorsports and wins? Remember, Junior Motorsports has won 4 in a row, or is it 5 in a row now? They've won 4 in a row. They won with Shane Van Gisbergen, Jess Naggeyer, Kyle Larson, and Jess Naggeyer. Ooh, maybe we can do another Junior Motorsports. I have one. It's called Jess Naggeyer. Oh, yeah, that Sammy Smith guy. He's there, too. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Just have a great day. That was 50 Day Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.